You're listening to The Swingdom, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
It sounded like you're going, Adrian.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Champions, we're the champion golf podcast of the year.
At least 1 year we were.
Yep. All right. Welcome to the Swingdom. Welcome, citizens of the Swingdom. We are here today. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning. Luckily, well, Wednesday morning for Wednesday afternoon for you.
It's like early evening.
We've got golf on Wednesday. This is exciting. This is very exciting.
We've got golf so early on a Wednesday that we're
late.
We're late.
We had to like surprise make our picks last night.
Yeah,
sorry, Mugdad just texted me back saying he has no idea. So,
and speaking of making picks yesterday, if you go to fantasybracket.pgatour.com, I'm just going to throw this out here now. Get in. You can join our league, The Swingdom, on there with your WGC Dell match play picks. Yeah. You can get on there at any time. You just can't change your picks. So just hit the join. Boom shakalaka, you're in. And the winner of the bracket in our league gets a free Swingdom neck gaiter to protect you from the vid. So
or we call them snoods.
Or snood, whatever you want to call them.
I think in the UK we call them snoods.
I don't know why. I don't know much.
Doesn't make any sense to me at all.
But yeah, you get a free face covering with the Swingdom logo on it. So it's pretty cool. That comes from our Swagdom shop, so it'll be shipped right to you.
Swagdom.
For free.
Yep. All right. So welcome, citizens of the Swingdom.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm Ben.
Hi, Ben.
I'm Ben. You can tell because I have a British accent.
Yes, you're Ben. You're the UK guy.
Because I live in the UK, and I'm here with my best golfing buddy Gunnar. You can tell he's got that real genuine drawl.
Laheim.
I didn't even say that right.
Laheim.
Thank you.
I got you. I forget that role should probably be switched.
To life. L'chaim. And we are here to tell you everything that's happened this week in the world of golf. Everything under the banner that is The Swingdom.
The Swingdom.
We've got news this week. We're going to recap the Honda.
Kind of.
You
want to do that right now? Get it out of the way?
We got to do that. Let's do the news first. We'll recap the Honda, and then we'll get into what's going on at the Dell Match Play Technologies World Golf Championship.
Yeah, we're going to go pick by pick.
And then we'll talk about the Corrales Punta Cana Golf Club and Course Championship.
Kind of.
Because I made some picks there. Well, the course is in Punta Cana. It's a beautiful resort course, but it's a resort course, so it's like made for the player.
100%.
And we've got some picks.
For us, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we may go there one day.
Yeah, we were trying to get them last year, but they were like, "Oh man, we were gonna send you guys, but COVID and such."
Yeah, we can't have you guys coming and showing up how great you are at golf.
Right.
Got to leave some for the actual amateurs.
Yeah. No pros allowed.
Yep. All right. So let's get into the swing news, the Swingdom news.
The newsdom.
The daily Swingdom report, the weekly Swingdom report.
Weekly swing, this week in the Swingdom.
I should get one of those. This week in the Swingdom. I felt like that was a bit too aggressive.
I'm going to find a news ticker.
I hope I didn't scare anybody away.
I got a brand new phone.
Okay.
It's amazing.
You can just find news ticker.
News alert sound effect. Keep talking.
Is it working?
No, I haven't. There we go.
Why not? Okay, have you got it?
Tell me if you can hear it.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's from, but that's pretty good.
Hello. Tonight on the news of the Swingdom. Cats, friend or foe. Bananas.
Never know.
Potassino or potassium.
Good callback. I like that.
Nachos. If they're all connected, does it count as one?
That was before we had. I think we should go back to making up our own sponsors. Not that we don't.
Batteries for when you can't plug it in.
Not that we don't love our sponsors, but they don't have very good puns.
No.
Coach Joe, that's a call to you.
He will make up some puns. We just have to debate whether or not we should leave them in or edit them out because they may or may not be appropriate. All right, we got some
hearing puns.
We've got some news over the last sort of like 10 days. I think I rushed the news a little bit last week, so we got some leftovers from that. News this week, DJ skipping the Olympics.
Idiot.
World number one.
Did I say that out loud?
Yes.
Sorry, guy.
I don't know why. I mean, I kind of get why, but I don't really like.
I mean, what does he not? He doesn't like gold medals. Is that his problem?
Well, I think you only get like $1,300 when you win a gold medal. So it's either that or play for 500,000 to come into 15th place at some other event anywhere else.
No, because this isn't even a debate in sports. This is it better to have a gold medal or a championship?
Would you rather have, let's do this in order, okay? Would you rather have a gold medal or a WGC?
Gold medal, 100%. That's the most illustrious reward in all of sports is an Olympic gold medal. That's it. You can't, the green jacket, no. An NBA championship, no. So I'm
gonna skip rights because I was gonna do WGC. Then I was gonna be like at winning at Arnie's place and like getting the red jacket. Then I was gonna do like the PGA championship.
No.
The Open championship.
No.
The USGA.
No.
The Masters.
No.
The Grand Slam in a single year.
No.
Gold medal.
Yes.
So this is a personal feeling of mine.
I'm going to equate it to even like the World Cup of soccer.
Which is why I have this show. So I can just yell out my personal opinions. The Olympics for golf is garbage.
Oh no,
it's garbage.
It's for a gold medal. It's to be an Olympian. You're an Olympian.
When does your trash get picked up?
Wednesdays.
Now. Tuesday nights, golf Olympics, go to the curb. That's what you do with it.
You're wrong.
I'm gonna get all Stephen A in here. I'm gonna do all you. I'm not Colin Coward. I'm gonna do Stephen A. Now you know what?
Bigger headphones.
You know what?
I'm getting uncomfortable in these.
You know why?
Why?
Because number one, the competition isn't at the elite level at the Olympics.
What?
It's not.
What?
It's not. For golf. Because it's like one or two people from each country. So you get like guys in there who have never played in a professional tournament because they're like the best player from Madagascar.
So?
I'm not saying I'm just saying like the top 10 golfers in the world are from America, Europe, South Africa, and Australia.
And
South America, maybe.
And
Madagascar?
What's your point?
My point is that, yes, it's really nice to get an Olympic medal. It's really, really nice to get an Olympic medal. But number two, they give it out to guys on skateboards now.
They haven't yet.
Yes.
But still, that's still a sport. It's still, you're an Olympian.
I get it in terms of like prestige and how often it comes around, but
all right, let me ask you this.
I would rather win any major than have a gold medal. Yes.
Oh, you're so wrong.
All right, fine. I would rather win
the gold medal over the PGA.
Well, we have different views. So like for me, it's the PGA, the the USGA, then the Open, then the Masters. I think you have
2 Opens flipped.
Yeah, you have the 2 Opens flipped. So I would put the Olympics in between the USGA and the Open.
No. Well, all right. So would you rather have a gold medal in golf in the Olympics or NBA championship?
Who else is on my team?
It doesn't matter. Oh my God.
What team am I playing for?
The US, you dummy. You're a US citizen.
No, you said the NBA championship. I thought you meant am I playing for the Knicks?
No.
Am I playing for the Celtics?
You're playing for like the Lakers.
Am I number one? Am I the guy they're giving the ball to with 5 seconds left and we're down by 2?
No. You're like
am I the 6th man of the year?
Yeah.
Am I a starter?
Yeah, you're that guy that they keep trying to start throughout the season. It doesn't really click.
Yeah, that's the 6th man. That's the 6th man. Yeah, okay.
No, the 6th man is a bench player. It's always a bench player. It's the 6th man. What I'm saying is,
am I worse or better?
You're in between. You're in between being better and
so
worse.
I'm the 5.5th man.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
They keep trying. They keep seeing like flashes, but when they put you into action, they're like, man. All right, just do yes or no.
No, I'd rather have a gold medal.
World Cup.
Win it?
Yeah.
Or gold medal in golf?
Yeah.
Gold medal in golf.
World Series.
Gold medal in golf.
Is it the World Rugby Championship?
Yeah, no. Like let's put it like basketball is going to be the only one, and like I would rather have a regular PGA Tour win.
Oh my God! Can we move on?
Than an NBA championship?
Oh, okay.
Then an NBA championship. No.
Like, I'd rather win the Punta Cana Resort and Club and Spa.
No, not an alternate event. No. What I'm saying is that to me,
it's just a major.
It's between, and for either of us, it's between the USGA championship and the Open championship.
I think the gold medal in the Olympics trumps everything, no matter what sport. I'd rather win the gold medal in speed walking, an Olympic gold medal, than have
start training.
Yeah, I could totally do it. I actually don't think you know how good of a speed walker I am.
I don't. I've seen you at the mall.
I've studied hard.
Yeah. Like when I was living in LA.
What I don't have is like the elbows to bump other people out of the way.
You got to get sharp elbows.
I'm also pretty good at badminton.
You are not that good at badminton. Nobody is.
I think I'm that good at badminton.
No. So I was going to say. So when I was in LA, like the U.S. Handball team was looking for participants.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, like, if you show up and you're taller than like 5'11", you get a spot on the team, and like we're guaranteed to go to the Olympics. And I was just like, that's a 45-minute drive for me. Like, I can go to the Olympics.
You should have gone to the Olympics, you idiot.
I should have done it. But it's like things you have to like, you are the most likely to go to the Olympics in a sport like handball, because they basically just build a team out of nowhere. It's an unheard sport of in the States, and they take like 15 guys, even though only like 8 play.
I was at Virginia Beach one time. I was in high school. I was at Virginia Beach over, I want to say it was like a winter break.
Yeah.
Because it's only like a couple hours drive. And it's still pretty, warm out there. So I go there and they're doing no, it wouldn't have been the winter. It would have been summer. I was still in high school, but they're doing Olympic qualifiers for beach volleyball at Virginia Beach, just like with people walking on and off the pier.
Yeah.
And like, there's like 4 people who are like really celebrating and they're super excited. And then the other people just like stay on the beach and keep playing. And it's like that person went to the Olympics and this person didn't, and they're still just playing volleyball on the beach.
And that's sort of why I don't like,
did they pick teams off the boardwalk, or did they come
and that's
together?
sort of what, for me, it's the history of it. Like the Masters has the history. The Open has the history. The USGA has the history. The PGA has the history. The Olympics just doesn't have the history.
It's like 5,000 years old.
Yeah, but golf doesn't. Golf doesn't. The golf gold medal was won for the first time 4.5 years ago, by Justin Rose, silver Henrik Stenson, and bronze was Matt Kuchar. Matt Kuchar. And I'm not mad at any of those guys for winning it and it being the first in 104 years, because some lady won the gold medal last time it was in St. Louis in 1904. And I understand all of this stuff. And I memorized it. I know this. And it comes in my brain.
Because it's already historic.
But it's not like to me the Olympics are about the like Greco-Roman sports. Like I even find it a little bit strange that if you ask any professional basketball player, would you rather win the NBA championship? Or would you rather win a gold medal?
Gold medal, hands down.
I bet you half of them. I bet you half of them would say.
Who doesn't sit back and think, oh, could we be the next dream team?
You can't be the next dream team. Number one, the Olympics is supposed to be for amateurs only. So this is all shenanigans. This is all absolute shenanigans. All right, we got to get to the next bit of news. I don't mind that DJ's not going to the Olympics.
All right. Sorry, DJ.
I'm with you.
Shot.
I'm with you. I think it's dumb. Like, I think he's the lock to be in the top 3. He should go and hang out in Japan for a week and go get a few medals and like eat the best sushi in the world and like hang out with his lady friend at some spas. Like, do that. All right. Next news. Jon Rahm is asked whether or not he will attend the Masters if his wife is giving birth.
Not a chance. He said, don't count on me.
He said, if I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on me.
He said it just like that. He's been working on his
wild. When you spend that much time in Arizona, that's your version of it. Like when British people are like, I'm gonna do an American accent, they always are like, I'm John Wayne. And I'm an American. It's never
what it sounds like to
me. New York one.
It reminds me of when they talk, because I'm from Colorado, right? Which is
you got to know when to fold them.
That's right.
You got to know when to hold them. You're from Colorado. See, because I'm from the East Coast, we say Colorado.
Yeah, I'm from Colorado.
Colorado.
Well, it's an A, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry they don't teach you to read on the East Coast. I'm sorry. That was a regional.
You're right. They don't.
Rudeness is what I just did. Well, so where I'm getting
we don't lose as many brain cells as you guys do up in those mountains with that thin oxygen.
And that's why we keep the brain cells. Anyway,
my brain cells work more because it's colder.
Heart of gold country, right? This is the gold rush. This is the Wild West. It really is, right? And when Southerners do the bit about being cowboys, it makes me laugh. And I always feel like this genetic inherited need to say, actually, I'm more of a cowboy than you'll ever be because I'm from the West. And it's just this weird thing. And that reminds that.
No, I love it when like people in Virginia have like the belt buckles this big.
Yeah.
And like they're wearing their cowboy boots and they got a hat on and it's like, I'm the night manager at Red Lion. It's like, so you better watch yourself because I can open carry. It's like, I'm like, I don't understand any of this.
First of all, that's all like rodeo style. You know
I don't get it. Like, I find it really weird that people in Virginia are more Southern than people in Florida.
It's so true.
It's so weird. You go to Florida and you're like, this is actually normal. When you're in Virginia, you're like, you do realize like Washington, D.C. is 45 minutes away from here and nobody does any of this. And then you go down to like Virginia Beach and it's fine. And you go into South Carolina, like North Carolina. North Carolina is not even as Southern as like people in Virginia where we are. They're like, this is the South. We're going to show you how it's done. And then you drive like 10 minutes past, you drive to Fredericksburg and they're like, the beach is right that way. Like the beach is just over there. It's going to be so much fun out there in the sun. Oh my God. All right. I'm getting all hyped up. We've been doing this for too long.
Jon Rahm, don't count on him.
Rory McIlroy has a new coach.
Yes.
So-and-so, he left that guy and now he's with the new guy.
And next.
I had that. I forgot his name. All right. Oh, Faldo and Ricky. You want to talk about this for a second?
Nick Faldo's pretty much being a pretentious a-hole to Ricky Fowler. Not unwarranted.
Rory is now with Pete Cowan.
Yes. Ricky even went so far as to say, it stings a bit, but it's not unwarranted.
So there's a tweet out there that says Ricky's not going to make it to the Masters.
Which will let him shoot 8 more commercials.
And Faldo retweets, that's fine with Ricky. He needs time to shoot all the commercials he can get. And so it brings it up, and it's like, I'm not mad because this is what Twitter is for.
Yeah, it's for being mean to each other.
It's just 100%. For being a dick to everybody you can possibly find.
1,000%.
And just be like, hey, I'm better than you because I've won 6 majors and now I've got a great view every Sunday.
100%.
Like, does anybody want to buy a sweater? That's what Nick Faldo's doing these days. And yeah, Ricky's like, yeah, that stings. Like I always thought I would be like a major contender, and he was for a bit, and he's obviously fallen off. I think a lot of the guys from when we started paying attention to golf, which is a lot later than most people our age.
Yeah. Maybe like, you mean like obsessively paying attention?
Yeah.
Or
like I didn't start obsessively paying attention to golf until like 10 or 11. Right, I think it may have been like 2011 or 12. And so like it was like Ricky, Spieth, DJ, Jason Day.
Back when
Rory
DJ had that soul patch.
Yeah, like Rory was killing it. Spieth was like just about to kill it. Ricky Fowler was like the 12-year-old in all orange. Like, I was like, how are we the same? Like what?
Even though Rory was like a 12-year-old.
Rory was a 12-year-old, and he had all the promise in the world. And where is that gone? And what are we gonna do about it? We don't know. So I think it's sort of weird to like I imagine for most of our peers who like got into golf. Like, because their parents got into golf and like they grew up watching Tiger, and it's like they watched Tiger get old in like 2013 to 2015.
Right.
And like now they saw the resurgence and whatnot. So like it is like 5 to 8 years later for us to see like these guys that we started paying a lot of attention to falling off.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ricky has done what I think he should have done a long time ago. He's finally made a major equipment change.
Oh, has he? I missed that.
Yeah. So he's gone to their prototype irons instead of playing like lock, stock, and barrel. Straight off the shelf, just fit it to my specs.
He's got the Ricky blades.
Yeah, he's gone to a completely prototype iron.
Yeah,
made for him. And I think this is, he tried the putter. Yeah, he tried the putter. It didn't work. It looked terrible. It's like when Tiger tried that putter. You remember we saw him putting with that mallet putter?
Yes.
A few years ago. That was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It was awful.
It feels a lot like it doesn't feel that long ago, but I know that it was.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made the equipment change, and hopefully that's what he needs. He needs something. He needs to start playing his game.
Well, he's got I didn't realize that he had switched coaches like 8 months ago.
That too.
So he's not with Butch Harmon anymore.
No.
And he hasn't been for like a while. So I'm trying to figure out if he should go back to Butch Harmon. I'm going to pay attention to that over the next few weeks. Like if it's like, mate, like just go back to Butch Harmon, simplify your swing, like fix your plane, get it going, like rock on, or like stick it out with this guy because you've hit rock bottom and the only thing left is an upward trajectory. Because at the Honda, we'll get into that in a minute. And the last bit of news is Brooks may miss the Masters with an upcoming knee surgery. So he's debating whether or not to get the knee surgery before or after the Masters.
Just get healthy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd play the Masters.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, I would ice it until then.
Yeah.
And I would just like chip in the backyard.
Yep.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. And I wouldn't care if my leg fell off at the Masters.
Nope.
All right. So that is the news. Thank you for listening to that ridiculous rant. We're going to go for a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk about the Honda. We're going to talk about the Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship. And we're going to get into this Dell match play.
Yeah.
All right. On to a read.
It's time for us to put down our bag and hear from our sponsors.
Are you hearing double?
What?
Can you hear double or can you only see double?
You can only see double.
What if you like hear double, like echoes?
Then you're a superhero.
Oh, okay.
That's how it works.
Are you seeing double? Are you hearing double? Because there are 2 golf tournaments on this week.
Oh.
The Corrales Punta Cana Golf Club and Championship Club, and the WGC Dell Technologies Match Play Championship.
That's right.
And if you can't hear both of them, go to Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey, of the Jersey Shore.
Yep.
Call 732-493-0900.
That's it.
Or 732
888-9000.
Yep. Or check them out at BeltoneJerseyShore.com. Use the code word golf, get a free hearing test, and yeah.
All the day.
Get some hearing aid batteries.
Yeah.
For your Amazon remote or something.
Yeah.
So go to Beltone Hearing Aids, BeltoneJerseyShore.com. Check them out.
Check them out.
Code word golf. Am I putting you to sleep with my read?
I just got like a rush of tiredness.
And now to your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
All right, we had some golf this past weekend. We had the Honda Classic. Last week I titled the podcast, "Where's the Honda Classic Gone?" Because that's what it felt like. It does feel like these guys don't come out.
Yeah.
Unless it's 10 million or more.
That's true.
And I don't know if it's clout. Is it clout? Is it cash? Or is it just like, or is it scheduling strategy?
I think it's probably a scheduling strategy, air quotes. Probably clout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm too good for this tournament. I tell you where I am, I'd play it. So
I'd play in anything.
I'd play it.
We don't have golf for another week here. I mean,
is the PGA Tour there? Because I'll be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Sung Jae Im is everywhere.
All day, every day.
It's like, I'm bored. I'm going to go play golf. It's like, mate, you played like 37 holes already today.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm just going to go out and play more golf.
Love golf.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play it. All right.
Like I don't really understand why a lot of these guys are just sort of like, sorry, mate. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I don't know.
So that's
Honda Classic.
Yep.
You want to do our picks?
I wrote down my picks, didn't I?
I have all of our picks right here.
Okay. I wrote down 2 picks. Daniel Berger, Sung Jae Im, Lee Westwood.
No.
Russell Henley.
Yeah. I'll just do the picks.
You do the picks.
I had Sung Jae Im, Joaquin Niemann, and Lee Westwood. Lee Westwood missed the cut. Sung Jae Im top 10 with a T8, and Joaquin Niemann just barely killing me with no points at T25. I had Vijay Singh making the cut. Didn't happen. I had Phil, the top ASU alumni. I think he lost by 1 stroke in that. And I had Phil beating Ricky, which did happen.
Yes.
So I got bonus points on that.
Ricky came in what we like to call DFL.
DFL.
I was so mad.
Let's see. You did have Daniel Berger, but he withdrew after we recorded. So
so I didn't have Daniel Berger.
So you didn't. You picked Brendan Steele, which was a good pick because he T3. Yeah. Russell Henley you had as a T3, and you picked Adam Scott T13. You had KJ Choi making the cut. He did not. You had Jonathan Vegas, the top South American.
Nope.
No, because that was Joaquin Niemann, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah. And
I thought it was Villegas.
Oh, it could have been. Maybe. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I thought it was Camilo Villegas.
And you had Ricky beating Phil, which did not happen.
So
but
close.
You did double my points. I had 845. You had 1,698, and you're back in the lead by I think about 50.
50. 50,000.
50,000.
Millipoints. 50,000 millipoints.
What do we have here? Matt Jones wins by 5.
Yeah, I was like, so I watched a bit of this tournament. I tune into these tournaments.
Yeah.
And the announcers don't even sound excited to be there.
Right.
Because the guys they want to talk about are like the guys we were just talking about, who are like the top, like golf world number ones over the last 10 years, which is Jason Day, Spieth, JT, like all these guys. And they're like, oh, I'm saving my energy for the golf Dell technologies, bruv. Right. And so it just sort of upsets me. And like, because I love golf, I do pay attention to it. And I was super psyched to see Aaron Wise. Aaron Wise is sort of like, I think he's a little bit younger than Patrick Cantlay. He's from the Oregon Ducks when they won the championship. I think it was like with Doug Gim back in 2013 or 14. Am I anywhere near right on this? It's Doug Gim. I think Doug Gim might be USC. I don't know. Golf stuff.
Golf things.
And so like I was psyched to see it because he reminds me a bit of is it Patrick Rogers?
Yes.
Like guys who just had absolutely stud collegiate careers and just like haven't really like come out and done anything like super spectacular. And I'm not trying to be like, like he's got a tour win at the ATT Byron Nelson in 2018. He's got a web.com tour win a month later at the Air Capital Classic. He's won in the PGA Tour Canada. He hasn't done top 10 in any of the majors. Whereas, after 2 years at Oregon, Wise turned professional after NCAA championship. He made his professional debut after qualifying for the U.S. Open. So, 2007, so 2015.
I was texting back and forth with a friend of the show, Thomas.
Bacon for life.
And he said, "What happened to Wise?" And I was like, "This is what we in the talking about golf world call a meltdown."
Yeah.
A complete meltdown.
Yeah.
And then he had a mini meltdown on Sunday, and that was about it.
No,
it was terrible. So Matt Jones wins by 5. It's his first win in 7 years.
Yep.
And not to take away from Matt Jones, but I do want to give a special shout out to Denny McCarthy, our boy from the Middle Atlantic region of the PGA, coming in with a T3 at 6 under par. He, University of Virginia alum, played, and I'll say this every time I have to talk about Denny McCarthy because I want to talk about him. He played the same junior circuit that my son plays now, so he's a special kid. Graduated in 2018, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading this now. This is breaking news. Jordan Spieth apparently had a undisclosed injury. He chipped a bone in his hand before his 3-year slump and chose not to have the surgery on it, but didn't say anything about this injury to the public.
What? You're telling me Spieth is back?
That's what he's saying. He's saying
right.
the slump is because he had to change his grip because he had a broken bone in his hand.
Give it to me. Is that what put him in the water at 12?
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, probably punching Greller in the face for giving him that club. Sorry, that's not true. That didn't happen. That's not true. It just looked like that's what he wanted to do.
It's not even alleged.
No, not even close to being alleged.
All right.
So back to the Honda.
That's it for me for the Honda.
I enjoyed the Honda. It was, again, like I do this thing where I sort of like scan the leaderboard to see if there are people that I recognize immediately, like, and I have history with, I call it.
Right.
And the reason I call it that is like,
interest.
Yeah, it's like people that I've rooted for in big situations before who I want to see like do it right.
Yep.
I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to like say that like I'm not a big fan of Matt Jones, but I haven't seen him. He hasn't done anything ridiculously crazy like in the last sort of 5 years. He certainly hasn't showed up big time on any of the in any of the majors. Like Russell Henley, I remember like rooting for him at like the Sony Open 5 or 6 years ago and being like, he's a young, cool dude. He's like a Nike athlete. This will be good. Like Camilo Villegas, like I like rooting for. I know that he had trouble. I know that he lost his daughter in the last year. Mm-hmm. Zach Johnson, like I was at the 2015 Open when he won it. Sung Jae Im is just my boy. Like, but like Phil Mickelson came T25. Chase Koepka is like T30. Keegan Bradley, like who I would like to see win again. I know he's been on tour forever. I know he's got a PGA championship under his belt.
Right.
But like then I'm getting to like, and this isn't like I'm not trying to be, but like then Jason Duffner's T53. So it's like T25 to T53. Beau Hosler, Ricky Fowler T65. Like he beat Steven Stallings Jr., Bronson Burgoon, and Kiradech Abibarnrat. Mm-hmm. Like that's it. And so like I'm not saying that I don't, but like yeah, you're right. Like Aaron Wise blew up with a 75 and a 73 on the weekend. There's just nobody in like the top 20 of the OWGR. Like I don't even think in the top 50. And I'm not mad at it. Like I understand this is like a points week. Mm-hmm. But it's just such like, it is like, I just feel like we should come onto the show and be like, all right, like we know the Masters, like we know we've got the WGC. Mm-hmm. We've got this week. I'm not trying to sound like an absolute donkus, but like, so we've got the World Golf Championship this week and then the Masters is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So expect absolutely nobody at the Valero Texas Open.
No.
Which like used to be like that used to be like a big event. Like that was the Texas Swing.
Yep.
But nobody's even going to think about going there.
Mm-mm. Maybe it's still weird because of COVID, but
and I bet it is, and I bet the schedule's still rearranging. But like this is the new schedule now. Like they moved everything up so that they can fit the Olympics in the middle of the summer.
Right.
So, all right. That's it for that. We are going to get on the WGC Dell Technologies Championship.
Do you want to make picks for the Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship?
I mean, we can. I've got some picks here. Do you have your picks?
I do have my picks.
I think you get to go first, kind of.
I do not because I went first last time.
Did you?
Yeah, I guess I'll go first on this because you can have first in the WGC.
Well, I was going to say, the WGC sort of even. So who do you have first? And I'll tell you whether or not you're allowed to have them.
Charles Howell III.
That's good. I don't have him. So you can have that first pick. I'm going to go with Grillo.
Emiliano Grillo.
It's me, Mario.
I don't know if you're allowed to have him now that you made fun of him like that.
Is that inappropriate? It's me,
I'm going to take Charlie Hoffman.
Good. I'm going to go with Jonathan Vegas.
All right. I need to remember how to spell it.
Jonathan?
I think it's 2 T's though, isn't it?
It's fine. I'm
not going to misspell his name. All right.
Yeah, but you're going to know who it is.
Then I am going to go Luke List.
All right. Then I'm going to go with Camilo Villegas. I think this is the first week where we haven't had a single pick that was another person's pick.
I know. I like how you have Vegas and Villegas. I love it. All right, that's it for the Punta Cana.
I think I've got a bit of partying on my mind.
All right, Vegas.
Let's get into the WGC Dell Technologies match play. It's already started.
Bracket week.
Should we just go with who's disappointed? Look, I'm not mad, Rory. I'm just disappointed.
I texted you earlier and I said, "Oh my lord!"
You said Poulter strikes again, and I was gonna pull my hair out.
So mad. It doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to go through these because it's not over until it's over, and these are two.
So this is the group stage, right?
This is just the group stage, which is fine. So I'm just going to go through all the groups. We're going to talk about who we think will win the entire group, regardless of the standing right now, because that doesn't really matter, right?
No, it's like you get points, right? You get points for the wins and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you get one. It's win, lose, draw.
Trevor Immelman is the captain for the President's Cup?
Yeah, but we're not doing the President's Cup right now. What are you talking about?
It's just the ad on my computer.
Don't worry about it. All right.
Trust me, I am not.
Dustin Johnson. This is the group stage. DJ, Kevin Na, Robert McIntyre, or Adam Long. That's your group. Who's going to win that group?
I went with DJ.
So did I. There's no other way around it. All right. Sung J M, Victor Perez, Mark Leishman, or Russell Henley.
Where's this?
This is group 2.
What about Kevin Kisner, Matt Kutcher, Justin Thomas, and Usti?
That's on the other side.
Oh. Why is it doing this to me?
Well, because it is. I'm going down the left side of the bracket.
Hold on. I went to the wrong. I was on the PGA channel. I don't want Fanta. Nobody needs orange soda. I need fantasy sports brackets. I typed in half of fantasy and it's like Fanta. All right. Let me let's look at this stuff.
All right. The next one, Sung JM, Victor Perez, Mark Leishman, Russell Henley.
I went with Russell Henley.
You did. I went with Sung JM.
No, I went with Sung JM.
All right, then we have DJ and Sung JM in the next one. We have Webb Simpson, Paul Casey, Mackenzie Hughes, Taylor Gooch.
Who'd you pick?
Who'd you pick there? I picked Mackenzie Hughes.
I picked Paul Casey.
I like that. I feel like this was a space for an upset. Mackenzie Hughes has played really well recently.
I would, to be fair, and I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I would be a little bit upset if Webb Simpson did just go through on this. I feel like this is a much tighter group. It's supposed to be. It's a 9 ranking, 17-49. Like, let's get this done. Let's do it right.
Yeah. Next one, Tyrrell Hatton, Lee Westwood, Sergio Garcia, or Matt Wallace.
This is like the old men of Europe.
It really is.
You've got Hatton, Westwood, and Wallace all from England, and then you've got Sergio Garcia from Spain. I went with Westwood. I'm going with the downhill train, man. Momentum is taking us in a direction we cannot stop.
I can dig it. Even with the miscut last week.
We don't talk about that.
Lee Westwood's still ranked 18th in this bracket, and he's got a real shot. I went with Tyrrell Hatton, but we'll see what happens.
I appreciate you. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. Next group, Bryson DeChambeau, Tommy Fleetwood, Siwoo Kim, or Rosner. I can't remember his first name ever.
No, me neither.
It doesn't matter. It does matter. It's his name. Don't be a jerk.
Antoine.
Rosner.
Antoine. I think it's A-N-T-O. Yeah, Antoine, yeah.
I always want to call him Antone. All right, who do you have in this group?
This was my hardest bracket.
Was it?
The thing is I'm like, all right, Bryson's gonna go. I picked Bryson.
So did I.
And that's because I was like, well, match play, he's gonna, and I think I'm going quite far because I just think anybody playing against him, unless they are like a match play brain scientist, is just gonna have such a hard time keeping up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the distance of his drives is just going to be disheartening to anybody. I so wanted to go with Fairway Jesus.
Yes.
I so wanted to pick Tommy Fleetwood.
Oh, 100%.
But I didn't. I went with Bryson.
Oh, and you know what? So did I. Although I think Tommy Fleetwood probably has the best chance.
Yeah.
But I think Bryson DeChambeau has proven he's got himself under control.
I just didn't think that was going to be the upset.
No.
Yeah.
All right. This one was actually probably the hardest one for me. Tony Finau, Jason Kokrak, Will Zalatoris, and Dylan Fratelli.
You picked Fratelli.
I didn't. I picked Tony Finau, and I know he's the top seeded.
Chalk.
I did go chalk on this, but let me tell you, if Will Zalatoris makes it to the third place match, I won't be surprised.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100%.
I went with Willie Z. He's been crushing it the last 5 weeks. Like, I went with Zally. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I didn't doubt that you would. I just thought that Tony Finau's played really well recently too, and I think if you pin him against Will Zalatoris, like if it comes down to Tony Finau against Zally, Finau wins in a landslide. Yeah. But if he comes off to a rocky start, then Zalatoris is probably your best bet.
Yeah.
Victor Hovland, Abraham Ancer, Brent Weisberger, or Kevin Streelman. I will tell you, Abigail Wiesberger. Sorry. Is
it not just Weisberger?
I think it's Wiesberger. That's how I've always said it. Nobody's corrected me. Anyways, Abigail really liked Wiesberger because it says burger in his name. So
the Dan the Man Burger Van Man.
She at one point she really thought about my 6-year-old daughter who has a bracket in our fantasy bracket.pgatour.com league, the Swingdom. Go ahead and join it. She really thought about her championship match being Wiesberger versus Daniel Berger. So because so,
I'll have a double burger. That'll be $1. Thank you.
That was a double burger. So the double burger match.
Who'd you go with?
I went with Abraham Ancer.
I did as well. I was like, I wasn't torn, but this was a gut check. And the only reason I think this is the one I regret the most now. Because I think Victor Hovland probably has the most match play experience with the highest of quality golfers because of his time at OSU.
Right.
But I still think it's going to be Ancer. It's like I was sort of like 55-45 on that.
All right, Colin Morikawa, Billy Horschel, Max Homa, JT Poston.
I went with Morikawa.
I did as well. Now, I told you before we started the show, Gavin Kane Golf on Instagram, friend of the show, also my child.
Your blood relative.
Yeah, I made him, so he has to be a fan of the show. He picked JT Poston to win the whole thing, and
I love that.
I'm not so sure he might not win. So, all right, so I'm going to switch to the other side of the bracket, the right side of the bracket, and go from top to bottom. We have Justin Thomas, Louis Oosthuizen, Kevin Kisner, or Matt Kuchar.
I went with Justin Thomas, rank 2, 20 before Oosty, 50 before Kuchar. Easy pick.
Right. This is where my major upset came from, and I was talked to by the spirit of Loyola Chicago in the March Madness bracket, and I said Kevin Kisner is going to win.
Of course. Why wouldn't you look at that? Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So Kevin Kisner beats Justin Thomas, and this is, I think, probably my biggest upset of the entire bracket is Kiz going through to the next round. Matt Fitzpatrick, Matthew Wolff, Battle of the Mats. Don't walk on them. Corey Connors, dad joke, and Jordan Spieth. Who'd you pick?
This is where I took my gut in like the OSU match play, and I went with Matthew Wolff.
You did?
Yeah. I think if he doesn't have Ricky Fowler holding him back like he did at Seminole, I think he wins this.
I really think Jordan Spieth has the best shot to win here because I think he's lower ranked because of the past 3 years. And if he plays like he's been playing, that 49 seed's going to come out on top. But I picked Corey Connors just out of recency. He's played really well. He seems to have great control over the ball. And I think it takes that in a match play scenario.
Yeah.
Patrick Cantlay, Hideki Matsuyama, Carlos Ortiz, or Brian Harmon.
Who'd you go with?
Cantlay.
Yeah, me too. I just sort of went with the favorite in this one. He almost won 2 weeks ago. He's crushing it. I just sort of am like
stupid good.
He's stupid good. He's like you can't like the thing is like a few years ago he was like sneaky good.
Yeah.
He's not sneaky anymore. He's
just
good. I really haven't seen Hideki. I don't remember Hideki Matsuyama in a match play situation. I'm going to be honest. I feel kind of bad being like, I'm a professional golf talker, and I don't remember Hideki. Like,
professional's a stretch, but I understand what you're saying.
I am a part-time golf talker.
No, yeah, Hideki, I don't think is going to hold up in this. I think he needs to. I don't think Hideki's game holds up to being able to go out in 15 holes.
Like if I was to rate this, I would go sort of like Cantley, Harmon, Matsuyama, Ortiz.
Yes,
like that's absolutely. Like you know what I mean. Like so, okay. What do you got next?
Actually, for that, Brian Harmon, if he went all the way to the end, I wouldn't be shocked either.
Yeah, he's been playing really well.
Patrick Reed, Joaquin Niemann, Booz Wiedenhout, or Bubba Watson.
So I really wanted to pick Bubba.
I
really did.
That's Gavin's third place winner. By
yeah, I really wanted to, just because like I felt like he'd be able to get in the minds of these guys. My next thought was Patrick Reed. But then I had to look up how many bunkers the golf course had, and it wasn't as many as I thought.
So he's probably not going to do well.
Sick burn.
So
I went with Joaquin Niemann because I think this is a slightly smaller golf course. I think it's going to be a lot more iron play. I think he's better suited to that than anybody else in that group. And I think like coming off of a good week last week. What'd you say? It was like 22, top 25. Like
25.
That's still really good. So
absolutely, I picked Joaquin Niemann as well. It was between that or Bubba Watson, and really what did it for me is Bubba's such a risk reward player.
Yeah.
That in match play you don't really have that chance to. If you screw up, the risk means you're out, not that you just make a bogey.
Yeah.
All right, so Xander Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler, Jason Day, Andy Sullivan.
So I just went with Scotty Scheffler. Again, I sort of like, there's a theme in here, and it's sort of like the guys who have just come out of college.
Yes.
Who are used to playing for bragging rights more than cash.
Yes. And they play typically in these kind of match play formats too. So
yeah. So I went Scotty Scheffler.
I didn't go Scheffler, but I did do a Schauffele.
Yep.
I went Xander Schauffele. I'm not going to spoil my entire bracket, but I needed him to make it through the first round. All right. Rory McIlroy, Cameron Smith, Lanto Griffin, or Ian Poulter.
I went with Lanto Griffin. No, I didn't. I went with Rory McIlroy.
Of course you did.
Because
smoked this morning by Ian Poulter.
Yeah, and as I was picking him yesterday, I went, he played terrible 2 weeks ago.
Right.
He played terrible 2 weeks ago. And then he even said he needed a few weeks to get his swing right.
And then came into the WGC.
And then I picked him.
Yeah.
And then as we've already gotten the scores for that, and he gets crushed by Poulter, 6-5.
Something like that. It was bad.
Yeah. Up by 6 with 5 to go.
Yeah.
And I feel like a big old dummy. I feel like a big old dummy doo-doo head.
You know, I'm thinking I might be a dummy too. I picked Cameron Smith, but the whole time I'm staring at Ian Poulter like there's no way he can keep this match play legacy up. And sure enough, he started very strong. So that was a poor move on both of us. Daniel Berger, Harris English, Brandon Todd, or Eric Van Rooyen.
I'm going to give you one guess.
Dan, the Burger Van Man Burger. I went with him too.
Yeah.
No reason not to there. John Rahm, Ryan Palmer, Shane Lowry, or Sebastian Munoz.
So I looked up when his wife was due, and it's not for another 2 weeks, so I picked John Rahm.
100%. That's exactly what I did. I said, if I can't pick him for the Masters, I'm picking him for this.
Yeah.
But only for the WGC. So I am going to skip over to, because it just takes a lot to go through this whole bracket.
I'm just looking at it. I was going to say, so like if we go back over to the left-hand side, I've got Dustin Johnson versus Sung Jae Im. I have Dustin Johnson winning that. I've got Paul Casey versus Lee Westwood. I've got Westwood winning that. I've got DeChambeau versus Willie Z, and I've got DeChambeau winning that. And then I've got Answer versus Morikawa, and I've got Morikawa winning that. So that's my left-hand side of the bracket, round of 16.
My round of 16 on the right-hand side of the bracket, I've got Kevin Kisner losing to Corey Connors.
Wait, you're supposed to do your left-hand side.
I'm not doing it. I was actually going to skip all the way to the end and do the third.
Well, who do you have on the left-hand side?
I've got DJ beating M.
Yeah.
Patton beating Hughes.
Okay.
He now beating Bryson.
Okay.
Morikawa beating Answer.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Who do you have on the right-hand side?
I have Connors beating Kisner.
Okay.
Cantlay beating Neiman. Schauffele beating Smith. And Berger taking John Rahm out.
Okay, so on my right-hand side, I've got Wolf over Thomas.
Uh-huh.
I've got Cantlay over Neiman. So I think in that we've got something quite similar. I've got Scheffler over Rory. So Rory's already out. I think that was there. That's when I was like, I think he might be able to take on the group because he's like 11 out, like at over 60. But I think once he gets to the next level, he's going to be beat up and tired from that. And then the same, I've got Berger over Rahm.
I love it. Same thing for me too.
Quarterfinals?
Quarterfinals on the left-hand side. I have DJ going out to Tyrrell Hatton. And I have Tony Finau losing to Colin Morikawa. I took the big guys right out. Yeah,
I've got Westwood over DJ.
Really?
Yeah, I've got Westwood over DJ. I just think he's on fire. He took on Bryce. Like, the thing is, when you take on Bryson DeChambeau 2 weeks in a row, like, I feel like he's going to be like, all right, you're world number one, but, like, the hype, like, he doesn't play with the same kind of, like, weird rage and hype. And I think that because of that, it'll be a slightly calmer environment, and Lee Westwood will settle in a bit better and just, like, play his game, which I think at this moment in time, if he had been in the top 5 in the world, like, I think he'd be very close to being back to world number one.
I think that's true.
I think he's I think he's the best player in the world right now. Maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
For a blip.
All right. On the right side, I have
Corey No. Then I've got Bryson DeChambeau beating Colin Morikawa.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh. I can dig it.
You're gonna love this.
All right. So on the left side, I have Corey Connors going out to Patrick Cantlay. And I have Xander Schauffele taking out the Berger Van Man in our quarterfinals.
I've got Matthew Wolff taking out Patrick Cantlay.
Okay.
I think that's going to be, if that comes true, that's going to be a great round. And then I've got Scheffler losing to Dan the Berger Van Man Berger.
Okay. I like where this is going because it doesn't sound like we have the same semis in here. So our final four, which they don't call it that, this is the semifinals. I have Tyrrell Hatton going up against Colin Morikawa, and I have Colin Morikawa, your 4th ranked seed, beating an 8. That's not an upset. Put him in to the championship round.
Okay, so then who do you have going to the 3rd place match?
I have Tyrrell Hatton going into the 3rd place match. Morikawa going to the championship.
And who do you have on the right-hand side?
And on the right-hand side, I have Patrick Cantlay moving on to the 3rd place match, and I have Xander Schauffele facing Colin Morikawa for the whole shebang.
Wow. All right. So you're going to love this.
Yeah.
Left-hand side, I've got Lee Westwood versus Bryson DeChambeau. Sound familiar?
Sound familiar.
I've got Lee Westwood taking him down and moving on to the championship. And then I've got Matthew Wolff versus Dan the Berger Van Man Berger in the semis. And I've got Daniel Berger winning. So my championship is Lee Westwood versus Daniel Berger. And my 3rd place match is DeChambeau versus Wolff.
I like all of our matches.
Yeah. It'd be fun to watch. I mean, we should just ask them to play each other.
All right. Who wins your 3rd place match? Who's your 3rd place winner for the WGC Dell Technology match place?
So in 4th place, I have Bryson DeChambeau. So in 3rd place, I have Matthew Wolff.
I love it.
2nd place, I have Daniel Berger. And in 1st place, I have Lee Westwood.
Calling your shot from way behind. And what I like about this is if he even makes it to the semifinals, you probably have a really good shot at winning the bracket between you and me.
Yeah.
And I have, as my 4th place, Tyrrell Hatton. I've got Patrick Cantlay in 3rd. Colin Morikawa in 2nd.
Yeah.
Xander Schauffele bringing home the championship for the great state of Xander Schauffele's.
That's awesome.
That's where he is.
So, and then I think this is what I'm saying earlier. This is what I complained about constantly, which is like when you have the top 64 in the world playing in the World Golf Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah, 64. Like it is anybody's game.
Yes.
So you don't want to go with like Dustin and DJ and JT like meeting at the championship because everybody's going to have that.
Yeah.
There's got to be a slightly small amount of bracket. What's the word I'm looking for? Like bracket strategy.
Yes.
But yeah, I'd like to see Lee Westwood sort of take it to all of these guys in a proper big boy championship. Mm-hmm. And if not, I'd be psyched to see him make it to the semis. And look, in the last like 5 years,
mm-hmm.
we've had Sergio Garcia and Tiger Woods win a major, like past the age of 40.
Yeah.
What if Lee Westwood's the next guy to win the Masters?
That would be stupid.
That'd be stupid cool.
That would be stupid cool. It really would. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it just like we would score NCAA March Madness. I'm going to score it that way and add up all those points for each of our top 4 picks on our board, and then we'll get those points. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it ESPN style, where it's 10 points for the first instead of 1 point for the first round.
Okay.
Just so we'll get bigger points, because who doesn't love that?
Because you want bigger points.
So we love the big points. So what I'm going to do...
I think since I'm winning, I think we should do less points.
No, I think it's fine. So my picks, 1st through 4th, Xander Schauffele, Colin Morikawa, Patrick Cantlay, and Tyrrell Hatton. Ben's picks, 1 through 4, Lee Westwood, Daniel Berger, Matthew Wolff, and Bryson DeChambeau. And what I really love about this is, again, we didn't pick the same people for any of it. So this is a real deal matchup. We don't have the same winners. We're just going to live our best lives.
This is class, as we like to say, class.
Again, go to fantasybracket.com, .pgatour.com, join the Swingdom League, and compete for a free neck gator from the Swingdom Swagdom. So that's it for the Dell Technologies Match Play WGC event, World Golf Championships, top 64 in the world. And don't forget, get on our Instagram and vote for the OWGR Bracket Challenge champion.
Yep.
Which right now, I appreciate everybody coming out and voting, because we've gotten a ton of love on that. Right now, it looks like our final 4 is DJ versus Rory for the West and the East, and Justin Thomas versus Colin Morikawa for the South and the Midwest, a 1 versus 3, a 1 versus 1. Looks like Dustin Johnson has a narrow lead over Rory, and Justin Thomas is winning by a blowout. So go vote tomorrow for that. Don't forget to sign up for the bracket challenge and win free stuff. Do it.
You want to talk about anything in golf this week? Because this has been a long show.
Nope, we got to get out of here.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the Swingdom. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and anywhere you can find your podcast. Don't forget to listen and review us on Apple iTunes. That helps a lot, but review us anywhere. And if you feel like messaging us at theswingdomofgolf@gmail.com or on YouTube or on Instagram or any of that stuff, we get back to you.
Our DMs are wide open.
Yeah. If you ask us questions, we would love to answer them. We're getting more and more interactive with our fans. And by fans, I mean people who are generous enough to let us borrow an hour of their time.
That's right.
And thank you guys again so much for tuning into the Swingdom. I'm Ben. That's Gunner.
That's me. Swinged him out.
You've been listening to The Swingdom. Remember, we're just 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given.
Adrian!
Champion! It's a miracle!